Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 Hours, your weekly roundup of the top local stories. I'm Ahmad Imad, your host for the evening. Stay tuned. Minister of Education Dr. Ismail Shafiu says that the government will supply all the necessary books to schools before the beginning of the new academic year on 6th April. The shortage of books in schools remains the primary concern of parents at the start of every academic year.
The government had taken proactive steps this time to avoid a repeat of such a situation by commencing efforts to supply schools with books in December last year. Providing an update on the efforts, Minister Dr. Ismail Shafiu said that all the books required for the new academic year have been printed and are now being delivered, adding that 81% of the books have already been sent to schools, while the rest will be delivered within next week. In addition to providing books, the ministry has also engaged in efforts to get schools ready for the new academic year. According to Minister Dr. Ismail Shafiu, a little over $970,000 have been spent on repairs for schools across the country, along with the recruitment of teachers to avoid shortages of teaching staff. Recent administrative revisions to the academic calendar set the new academic year to commence on 6th April. According to the Ministry of Education's calendar, the first term holiday is scheduled to begin on 24th July, followed by the start of the second term on 10th August. The academic year will then conclude on 28th December. Traditionally, the academic year commenced in January. However, changes prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic led to school closures and subsequent schedule adjustments. By 2021, the administration had moved the start of the academic year to August, leading to school holidays in June and July. These months typically bring rains due to the southwest monsoon, complicating travel to islands and creating challenges for students, parents, and guardians during the holidays. During the 2023 presidential campaign, concerns about the timing of school holidays were brought to the President, Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's attention. In response, President Dr. Muizzu announced a return to the traditional January start date for the academic year, ensuring that school holidays would once again fall in December. Consequently, the academic year is now scheduled to begin in January 2026. The upcoming school holidays will extend from 28th December 2025 to 27th January 2026, aligning with the December holiday period as previously practiced.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim says developing public health infrastructure remains crucial to improving the standard of healthcare in the country.
The lack of public health infrastructure has long hindered the standards of the healthcare in the Maldives, prompting the current administration to upgrade and develop healthcare facilities throughout the island nation. The lack of public health infrastructure has long hindered the standards of the healthcare in the Maldives, prompting the current administration to upgrade and develop healthcare facilities throughout the island nation. The government on March 28 signed contracts with 3 different state-owned companies to develop healthcare facilities in 10 islands. Speaking during the contracting signing ceremony, Minister Nazim pointed out that rundown facilities due to lack of repair and investments have been consequential to the poor standards of healthcare, especially in atolls. The newest project will see the Road Development Corporation (RDC) construct 2 new hospitals in Velidu, Nunu Atoll and Fenfushi, Alif Dal Atoll with a combined investment of $8.7 million. RDC has been tasked with completing both projects by 2027. Fennica Corporation Limited has signed the $453,955 contract to develop an extension to the healthcare center in Kudarikilu, Ba Atoll, along with the construction of a similar building in Kondi, Gaf Alif Atoll for $389,105. Fennica will also construct an extension to the healthcare center in Nadella, Gaf Dal Atoll for the same project cost. The state-owned utility firm has been contracted to complete these 3 projects within an year. Maldives Transport and Contracting Company (MTCC) meanwhile has been tasked with the construction of new hospital buildings in 4 different islands, including Milandu, Shaviani Atoll, Tulustu, Rastu, Alif Dal Atoll, and Willingili, Gaf Alif Atoll for a combined cost of $38.2 million. In addition, the construction of the new extension building to the Nilaindu Health Center in Ha Dal Atoll have also been awarded to MTCC for $713,359. The managing directors of all 3 companies during the contract signing ceremony had assured to complete the projects on schedule.
Tourism figures shows that the Maldives has welcomed over 70,000 tourists from China so far this year, an 11% increase compared to last year.
According to the most recent tourism figures, China remains the #1 tourist source market for the Maldives. As of 26 March, 70,797 tourists have holidayed in the Maldives, which is around 11% more than the 63,919 during the same period last year. After slipping to third place in the source markets in 2023, China has maintained the top spot since last year with 264,042 arrivals in 2024. According to the figures, Russia remains in second behind China so far this year. Over 500,000 tourists have visited the Maldives so far this year. As of 26 March, a total of 593,956 tourists have holidayed in the globally renowned tourist destination, marking an increase of 4% compared to 570,898 tourists during the same period last year. Maldives in 2024 witnessed the highest number of tourist arrivals in a single year in its 52-year tourism history. According to the tourism figures, a total of 2,047,435 tourists had holidayed in the Maldives in 2024. This is a 9% increase from the 1,878,543 tourists from 2023. This marks the first time Maldives has welcomed 2 million tourists to its shores in a calendar year. The government aims to improve tourism occupancy and bring in 15% more tourists this year than last year, while boosting tourism revenue to $5 billion.
Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC) hopes to attract over 100,000 more tourists through its strategic partnership with English Premier League giants Liverpool FC.
MMPRC last month announced a high-impact strategic partnership with Liverpool, positioning the Maldives as the official tourist destination partner of one of the most iconic football clubs in the world. MMPRC said this collaboration will significantly elevate the Maldives' global visibility, attract high-value travelers, and drive substantial economic benefits from the nation's tourism industry. The partnership will be officially unveiled on Wednesday during the Liverpool FC match against Everton, displayed prominently on the Anfield Stadium LED boards. MMPRC is also set to launch a major co-branded campaign in collaboration with Liverpool FC to enhance brand awareness and drive last-minute sales, as well as early bookings for the upcoming festive season. This extensive marketing initiative will run for 3 months, utilizing high-impact outdoor and digital advertising across key locations in the UK. In addition to the UK-based activations, MMPRC is also planning targeted campaigns with official Liverpool FC supporters clubs across key source markets including Europe, the Middle East, India, and China. With 316 official LFC supporters clubs spanning 100 countries, the collaboration is poised to generate significant global exposure for the Maldives. According to MMPRC, the partnership with Liverpool FC is projected to bring over 100,000 new visitors to the Maldives in 2025, generating an estimated $200 million in tourism revenue. Moreover, this campaign will feature a variety of digital marketing initiatives, also including appearances by Liverpool FC legends, interactive fan zones, joint events at global trade shows, and other engaging activations.
President Dr. Mohamed Muiz visits Liverpool, United Kingdom to participate in the commencement of a Maldives tourism promotion campaign in collaboration with Liverpool Football Club as part of the co-branded initiative between the renowned club and Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC).
On 13th March, MMPRC announced its partnership as the official tourist destination partner for Liverpool FC. This collaboration launches a global campaign spanning 3.5 years designed to amplify brand visibility and inspire more travelers to visit the Maldives. Further strengthening this initiative, MMPRC launched an outdoor campaign in the UK on 27th March to attract visitors through the Liverpool FC partnership. This extensive marketing initiative will run for 3 months, utilizing high-impact outdoor and digital advertising across key locations in the UK. The campaign includes over 100 fully branded taxis in London, along with advertisements on buses, the London Underground, major airports, and business class lounges. During this visit, the President will meet with Maldivian students and visit the Liverpool Training Centre, AXA Training Centre, where he will observe best practices in football training and coaching. The aim is to explore ways to incorporate high-performance training methods in the Maldives. Additionally, he will visit Leeds University and Leeds Town Hall, where he will meet with the councillor of the city of Leeds. During the trip, relevant ministers will meet with senior officials from Redway and the Liverpool FC Academy to discuss joint marketing initiatives to promote tourism and strengthen the partnership between the Maldives and Liverpool FC. The President is accompanied by Tariq Ibrahim, Minister of Tourism and Environment, Abdullah Rafiu, Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation, Ibrahim Shiri, Managing Director of MMPRC, and other relevant senior government officials. President Dr. Muiz is expected to conclude his visit and return to Male on April 5th.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz congratulates the Male Water and Sewerage Company MWSC on its 30th anniversary. Acknowledging MWSC's contributions and services in a social media post, the President extended his gratitude to both past and present employees of MWSC.
Since taking office in November 2023, President Muizu has initiated several efforts to improve the quality of water and sewerage services provided by the MWSC. The water storage capacity in the city is currently being increased to 10,000 tons to ensure water security for the public. The work of connecting the water storage plants in Male and Hurumale and building a water network through the Sin-Male Bridge is also nearing completion. In addition, 15 sewerage projects are being carried out in different parts of the country. MWSC was established on 1st April 1995 with addressing the water shortage in Male and building a sewerage system being its main objective. Over the past 30 years, the company has expanded its services significantly in the atolls, in addition to Male City, serving a total population of over 200,000 people. Unlike several government-owned companies, MWSC is able to operate self-sufficiently without relying on the government subsidies. When MWSC began its services in 1995, Male had a population of 60,000. At the time, it had 60 employees and its water production capacity was 900 cubic meters per day, and water storage capacity at 10,000 cubic meters. However, the company today has 1,013 employees and the capacity to produce 47,300 cubic meters of waterage and a storage capacity of 44,858 cubic meters. Although the company was initially intended to only cater to Male, the company now provides services to Vilimale, Hurumale, Gorifaru, Tilafushi, Mafushi of Kafu Atoll, Dua Faru of Ra Atoll, and Kurudufushi of Hadal Atoll, covering almost 50% of the country's population. The company also provides electricity and water management services, as well as provides ice to local fishers in Dua Faru of Ra Atoll to generate more profit. Ensuring water security remains one of the company's most important objectives. In addition to MWSC's main water production center in the Greater Male area, 2 water production centers have been established in 2 other areas of Male, decentralizing its operations. Work is also underway to build additional water storage tanks and water plants in Male and Hurumale, with the objective of increasing water production capacity by 26% and water storage by 28% by the end of this year.
Ministry of Tourism and Environment reveals that tourist arrivals in the Maldives continued to climb in March, with 203,466 visitors recorded, a 4.8% increase from the 194,227 who visited during the same period last year.
China remains the Maldives' largest source market, contributing 73,997 arrivals so far this year. Russia follows with 66,933 tourists, while the United Kingdom ranks third with 65,404 visitors. Italy and Germany round up the top 5 with 57,955 and 44,266 tourists respectively. The latest figures also highlight the Maldives' extensive tourism infrastructure, which includes 1,185 operational facilities providing a total of 62,587 beds. Tourist resorts account for the largest share, comprising 69% of the nation's accommodation capacity, while guest houses represent 23%. With the tourism sector central to the nation's economy, the government has set a target of attracting more than 2.3 million tourists by the end of the year. The country recorded over 2 million arrivals in 2024, reinforcing its status as a premier global travel destination.
Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company Limited (MIFCO) settles around $24.6 million to local fishermen in the first quarter of the year, as per the latest figures from the state-owned fisheries firm.
When this administration took office in November 2023, arrears to local fishermen amounted to around $15 million. Despite some initial setbacks, the administration has gradually settled the arrears. On last year's Fisherman's Day, celebrated on the 10th of December, President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu had announced that his administration had now made arrangements to settle payments to fishermen within 48 hours. True to the president's pledge, MIFCO is now depositing payments to fishermen well within 48 hours. According to MIFCO statistics, $11.5 million was settled in January, $7.8 million in February, while March saw $5.3 million in payments to fishermen. The considerable drop in March was down to less fishing vessels heading out to sea during the holy month of Ramadan. MIFCO has highlighted the assistance and cooperation from the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean Resources along with the Bank of Maldives, or BML, in the efforts to deposit payments to fishermen within 48 hours of purchases. This administration, since taking over, has initiated significant efforts to enhance and diversify the country's fisheries industry. The government has pledged to alleviate the issues faced by local fishermen within the next 2 years.
The world's tallest precast navigation span segment has been installed on the Tilla Male Bridge under the Greater Male Connectivity Project. In a post on social media platform X, the Indian High Commission in the Maldives announced that the Indian contractor Efcons Infrastructure Limited had successfully erected the world's largest precast pillar on the Tilla Male Bridge, which is currently under construction. The High Commission said the segment stands 8.32 meters tall and 25.37 meters wide, weighing 216.04 metric tons. The High Commission described it as an engineering marvel. Commenting on the achievement, the Minister of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure, Dr. Abdullah Muttalib, expressed optimism that the milestone would accelerate the project's progress to ensure project completion as scheduled. He thanked Indian High Commissioner G. Balasubramaniam for his close coordination and support. The project, which links Male, Vilimale, Gulifal and industrial island Tilafushi, will have a network of 3 bridges, causeways and roads with a length of 6.7 kilometers. Each island will have interchange points and parking areas. According to the timeline of the project, the Male Gulifal component of the project is scheduled to be completed by March next year, while the bridge linking Gulifar and Tilafushi is scheduled to be completed by September next year. The entire project is set to be completed by 30th September 2026, according to the Ministry of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure. The Ministry of Dive Language, Culture and Heritage decides to include Kandili Mosque of Mamigili, Aliftal Atoll to the National Heritage List. Preserving Maldivian identity and heritage is a key priority of President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, and the government has undertaken significant efforts to protect historical sites in the Maldives and revive national pride. As part of this initiative, the Ministry of Dive Language, Culture and Heritage is conducting site assessments across the Maldives to determine the condition of the ancient heritage sites and monuments and preserve them for future generations. The decision to include Kandili Mosque in the National Heritage List follows discussions between the Minister of Dive Language, Culture and Heritage, Adam Nasir Ibrahim, and Mamigili Council President Imad Farooq. During the meeting, the Mamigili Council also requested the mosque to be included in the National Heritage List. The ministry said the mosque features exquisite stonework of outstanding standard and commended the council's efforts in preserving this structure. The ministry further noted that Mamigili and Femfushi of Aliftal Atoll are renowned for their traditional stone carving and emphasized the need to safeguard the sites for future generations.